We love having Deb at our shows. She always gives a great artist talk, which you'll hear in a minute. And I'm always fascinated by her process. She really sees things that others don't, and she manages to bring that perspective so effectively to her work. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Deb. Thanks.
Thank you. So Simo and I did not coordinate at all with this, but this is an example of wearing art. And these two are printed on metal. So I guess we'd make a good tag team. So my name is Debra Reabock. I want to thank all of you for taking time tonight. You had lots of choices and you chose to spend time with Renee and Courtney and the artists. So thank you very much for that. These two pieces are similar but different. I am an abstract architectural photographer. My muse are buildings, and I was motivated about turning all this empty space. San Francisco has the highest amount of vacant commercial space into housing. We have the infrastructure. It would take work, but into housing. They're doing this in New York. They could do it. We should be doing it here. So these are two different representations of that. This is a piece. Both of these. Okay, we live in a world where we all expect everything to be manipulated. These two are out of the camera. This is how my brain sees the world. They have not been cut and paste. They've not been photoshopped. They're out of the camera. And I want to answer that because people say, well, how'd you cut and paste this? It's like, are you kidding me? Watch that, we're being taped. So this shot was taken in San Francisco. It is one of the buildings around Salesforce. The COVID for me, I turned it into something positive. I could take photos of buildings with no people. I could stand in the middle of California Street and do the entire city and not be interrupted. And so I came around the corner and I saw this reflection and I had one of those, oh my God, moments. And so I captured this shot and it reminded me, it's called Portals, and it felt like I could drift in and out of the windows, out of the openings. I just felt like I wanted to kind of float up and see what was there. And so this is a big commercial building that could actually be turned into usable housing for a lot of people if the politics in the city weren't so aberrant. And we'll leave it at that. So this is San Francisco. This is, some of you might hear just a little accent in my voice. I am from Philadelphia. I'm the East Coast. Don't hold it against me. Simo's from Brooklyn. So, and I was in New York if anybody's been to New York, to the High Line, Hudson Yard area. They have a building there called the Vessel, which is a crazy building that is now closed. You can't go up it anymore because people were jumping off. And it made a mess on the sidewalk. So one of the hallmarks of my photography is a unique perspective that defies gravity. Like you can't really tell which way is up. And my brain now sees in photographs. So I use the camera and my body as a tool to capture what I want. And usually my body is in some weird-ass contorted position. Those of you that know me well have seen me lying on pavements in very strange positions to capture the photo. This building has curves in it. So here's one floor, there's a curve there. You can see the curve here, and it all curves up. And my process is to kind of find a very undiscovered angle that's there, but which we don't see at first glance. And so my intention is to encourage the viewer to expand their perspective by discovering these unique perspectives. Like I have had people say to me, I don't look at buildings the same way anymore. I now see all kinds of different things in them. So this caught my eye because it has so much going on. there's reflections, there's the green, there's all these different amalgamation of perspectives, which in home, and if you look at it on the micro view, we have a lot of immigrants, and I grew up in a family where my grandparents came over, and we all came over at some point in time. And so in that amalgamation of people, you have different cultural values, cultural perspectives, you have the old school way of doing things, then you have the way of somewhat old school and like, let's try something new because we're here in a new country. And then you have like the kids and the grandkids that are like, let's throw all that out because I want to do, you know, what's cool. So this is called the puzzle, because often I think when you get this amalgamation of people, personality, perspectives, and cultures, it's like a puzzle. How does it all fit together? Lots of time it fits together around food, right? Food brings people together, you all gather around the table. So that is why I felt compelled to submit these two pieces to the show. Questions?
Sorry, that was my gentle.
That was your gentle?
Can I ask you a super fast question?
Yes.
Is that building the same as this building right here? See the photo on the top?
Yeah, I do. No, it's not. And I know where I do.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, is that the same building?
No. Good question. Good question.
Does anybody else have questions?
I do. So, this is really a question of point of view rather than any kind of alteration of the photograph.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I had a guard come over to me and ask me if I was okay.
Oh.
Because I'm lying in this weird position, twisted on the ground to take the photo. You know, New York, they see everything.
I thought that was scary too.
Yeah, this is New York, this is Hudson Yards. This is at the end of the highlight. Yeah. Any other questions?
Debra, I just want to say that's a beautiful photograph. Because if you zoom back and you look at that vessel, it's kind of like an MC Escher, you know, the stairs from nowhere.
You made my night.
You really caught
It's one of my
that.
muses. Thank you